Just give me a quick second. I'm just getting ready here. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Sorry, I got a long distance call. I had to take it. Okay, where's my camera? Why is it not coming on? Okay, good. Here we go. Okay. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying a white background so that it looks a little bit better.
That's better here, brother.
Okay. Okay, ji. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulil kareem. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem.
Bismillah.
Allah, Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammam bil khair. So, Jazakallah khair, everybody to come in. Let's see how many people are here. I can't see my meeting. Where did they go? Okay, Zoom. I'm already in the meeting. They're hidden on me. Okay, can you guys see me by the way? Everybody can see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So today, the verse we are trying to do is number 13. Okay. So Jazakallah khair, I think 4 people have attempted to do the homework. So Jazakallah for trying, because trying is the important part.
Brother, I don't know if you got my partial submission.
I just did and I looked at it. So the important thing is you attempt it. Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Because if you don't attempt, then you don't know if you're going to be able to do it or not. But
Yeah.
at least you tried. So that is the most important part. And I'm sure the rest of the people will follow. But it's nice to hear from them, but nobody responded. So I have no idea what was going on. So there is one apology, but rest of the people stayed quiet. So I don't know what to make out of that. Okay. Okay. So what happened? My camera is gone again. What is very small, is it?
Yes. Micro camera.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillah ar-Rahmanir Rahim. So we are on Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 13. And if you remember the context of what is the subject matter at the moment, is we're talking about the munafiqeen, right? So in the previous verse, we looked at وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ أَلَا إِنَّهُمْ هُمُ الْمُفْسِدُونَ وَلَكِنْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. So when it is said to them that do not spread corruption in the earth, only they say only we are reformers. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, beware, indeed they themselves are the one who spread corruption, but they don't realize it. This new verse, or verse number 13, is basically on the same identical pattern. So وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ آمِنُوا كَمَا آمَنَ النَّاسُ, then believe as believe the people. Then qalu, what they say, qalu anu'minu, should we believe, kama, as amana sufaha, as believe the fools. So they think that the people who believed in Islam or Allah or Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they are the fools. So Allah says, ala innahum humus sufaha'u walakin la ya'lamun. Beware, certainly they themselves are the fools, but they do not know. So over here the word is ya'lamun, and over here it was the la yash'urun. They don't realize it, and ya'lamun mean they don't know it. So the tarkib or the recipe is identical, and that is why one of the reasons I assigned you this this verse, because it's identical to the previous verse. Now, how many people could identify this?
Alhamdulillah, I managed to copy it.
Good. Copy is good, but did you
I tried to do it as well. Yeah.
Did you try to challenge yourself? See, that's the question.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but I couldn't go beyond whatever I did,
Okay.
Or maybe I did not really try that hard. I started pretty late,
Okay. All right. So the concept we are learning in this verse, we're just going to review it a little bit, is the concept of
conditional sentence.
Sure.
Conditional sentence. And if we look at some plain English sentences before we jump into Arabic, we know that we can say something like this: if, then there is a statement, and then there is a statement, right? So that means this part is the condition, and this
part is
the response,
answer or reward.
Yeah, response of the condition. Okay, so they are dependent on each other. So this, if this happens, then this happens. So for example, if I say, if you study hard, then you will get good marks. For example, that's one question, one sort of sentence. So if is the shart, or the starting point of the shart, like this, we can call it harf shart. And this sentence here is the shart. This is the condition. So if a person study hard, then what is the response, or what is the result will be? That he will get good marks. And so that is the reaction or reward or return of the condition. Okay. And what do we also know? That the shart is always jumla fi'liya, right? Now, jawab shart
is jumla khabar.
It could be jumla
ismiya or fi'liya,
or jumla ismiya. We talked about that, right? So next time when you think about a conditional sentence, you say, oh, okay, no big deal. I am looking for a if then else sort of a system. So if there is a harf shart and I sent you a list of them, for example, if I can find them, it was in the group. So here, how you see is you go into your in the group, and then the group, it has a document section here. How come I don't see it? Okay, notification, messages. Okay, right here. So if you go in there, I think it starts from the most recent one. Okay, what is this one? Not this one. Okay, I remember sending it to you guys. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, let's see. Interesting. I don't know if I send it to this group or did I send it to a different group, but inshallah I'll find it and I can, or maybe that's in the docs. Let's see if we can find it here. Or links. No, I think I didn't. I don't remember what I did with it. Anyway, let's go back to our. So any questions about this sentence structure?
No.
So then if you look at this is our verse. So there is a harf, a wow, which is harf. So first thing that we do is identify the three different parts of sentence. Like this is a harf ataf, to be exact. That's the harf ataf. Iza is known as ism zarf and is also one of the keywords for shart. So this is over here is a harf shart, iza, and the translation is when. So when, and qila we talked about is a fail plus file, right? And lahum is the letter lam, jar, and hum is the zamir, so it's majroor, jar majroor. Okay, zamir because hum is the attached pronoun. Aminu, kama is again the kaf, which is a harf jar, and ma is, we have looked at ma in different way. Ma is also isme mawsool. If you remember, we can use ma as isme mawsool. And there is another kind of ma, is called ma masdariya.
Ma what? Sorry?
Masdariya. From the masdar, masdariya. Like it can convert the following word or following sentence into a masdar meaning. Okay. So I'm not going to go into that because it's a new topic, but let's say kama is also a harf, and kaf is harf, ma is harf, and when they come together like this, they are jar majroor. Right? Amana is also fail plus file, and it is from babe ifal. Amana is from babe islam. So islaman. Amana yu'minu imanan. So this is from babe ifal. Nas is the plural of mankind, like an insan, not insan but ins. So an nas is a ism because it's al in there. So if we look at this sentence, if this is our harf shart, then that's the first sentence in this blue bracket is our shart part. If shart condition, and then this is the then part. So when he said to them, believe as the people believed. Now at that time, who were the only people who believed? The Sahaba.
Yeah.
At that time, the only people who believed was the Sahaba, because it was only few people, handful of people, they went to Medina. So they were mostly Sahaba from Makkah. So when they said to them that believe like those people believed, so they knew what the reference was. So what was their jawab? They said qalu, they said. Qalu is fail plus file. What is the zamir here in qalu?
Home.
Home.
Plural.
right?
Yeah.
So it's the ghaib. So qalu
Ghaib.
anu minu. Qalu anu minu. So this alif here with the fatha is basically a harf, but this is istafam. What did I tell you about istafam? The question word. What is it? A question word. So anu minu mean, do we believe? Like they're asking a question. They're saying, should we believe? Like the people who believed, who are the fools? You want us to believe like the fools? So that's what their answer is. So in their mind, they think that the people who believed are the fools. Kama amana sufaha. Like the people who believed, they are the fools. So what is the jawab of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to their thinking? That no, beware, these people who say that, they themselves are the fools, but they don't know. Is that part clear?
Yeah.
So anu minu is fail plus file. Kama again is the same one. So it's jar majroor. Amana is also fail, and file sufaha is their file. So what happens now? The next part was Allah innahum humus sufaha'u walakin la ya'lamun. So again, this word Allah is for warning. Beware.
One.
Annahum humus sufaha. That annahum is the anna here. Did we talk about the anna and akhawatuha?
Last.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But any question on that?
Oh, brother, I have a question. Kila, is it fear plus naib file or it is
Yes, that's a good question. So it's a majhul. So let's see if we write it down. Okay, so if I write it down like this, wa is a qila. So this is majhul, right? So when you have a majhul, we have the fail, and then the file is unknown, and that is why it's majhul. It's a passive voice. So we need to have a naib file. What do we need to have? Naib file. So in this sentence, we have to find out where is the naib file. So if we look at lahum, so we could say this is jar majroor.
This knife file.
We can call it mutallik, right? Because jar majroor is mutallik, right? So then we have amanu. Now, who can tell me what amanu is? Aminu.
Amar.
Believe. There's a plural.
No, it is. Yeah, okay. You say believe. What does that mean? Brother Afzal said something. And now, how are you saying it? What are you saying? Believe mean what? Is it a fire? It's a fail? What is it?
It's a file, isn't it?
It's a fire?
It's fail.
Amar.
Okay. So, okay, look at this. We have something called amana, right? Then we have amana, and then we have amanu, right? Amanu. So this means they believe. So this is the ghaib, which means third person, male and plural. But look at here, is aminu, is amanu. Do you guys pay attention? What is I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the third person plural for male, but this is fail al-amr. This is a command. That means believe.
How do you distinguish it again? Say that again, please.
Okay, look. Here is amanu. There is a fatha on the third siga, the third person. And this aminu, this is like a kasra here. So this is a command, aminu. When it's said to them,
The second letter will have a kasra on it. And
the meme has the kasra. Over here, the meme has the fatha.
no, I'm saying, is it generally true that every time it will be there will be kasra of the second letter?
Okay, so Brother Javed, for that you have to rely on the following. You have to go into your surface Saghir tables, and for that you need to know the bab, and then you need to know the whole table. Okay, so for example, here we have aminu here. Okay, so aminu is from bab if'al, aslama yuslim. Okay, tum iman lao, you believe. Okay, now when you have madi, it is amana. When you have mudare, it is yu'minu. When it's amr, is amin. So amin is the male singular. If you make the plural of this, it will become aminu.
Got it.
Okay, and if you have to look at the madi, then it will become amanu. That is the fi'l madi, third person. That's why you have to remember, or at least have some sort of idea of what this is. Yeah. Okay.
Got it.
That is why I said, Brother Afzal is saying, and Brother Altaf was saying that this is Fele Amr. So that is right. And Amanu, I had to identify you that there is two different things. That this is Aminu, which is a Fele Amr, and this is Amanu, which is a Fele Madi. Okay. So this whole sentence, within the sentence, Amanu kama amanan nas, is again, this is the fail, and it has the zamir of whom, and this kama amanan nas will become mutalik fail. What it will become? So this thing will become verbal sentence. Verbal sentence. Is that making sense? Yes. Amanu kama amanan nasu, this whole thing will become a verbal sentence. And we know that this is already fail, and we need a maf'ul here. So this whole thing becomes, this verbal sentence is maf'ul. So this whole kila lahum up to here is a verbal sentence. So this is the shart part. Can you see it, or is it got a little bit confusing?
No, it's okay.
So let me, if I spread it out, fail, then mutalik, fail, and then maf'ul, which is going to be the naib file. Brother, sister Noor, now you understand how I explained it to you?
Yeah, so this
Sorry. So
maf'ul is naib file, yes, okay.
Yes, this maf'ul is the naib file. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody see that? Brother Abrar?
Yeah.
So, Brother Abid, which one will be naib file? Is it aminu or kama amin?
The whole word, whole sentence.
Amanu kama amanan nas.
Naib file.
Brother Abrar, listen to this. This aminu kama amanan nasu itself,
it's a sentence.
It is a verbal sentence.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. But it is part of lahum and kila. So kila is the fail. Lahum is the mutalik fail. This whole verbal sentence, I take it as maf'ul, but because we say majhul, the kila is a passive voice, so it becomes naib file for the fail.
Okay.
Because majhul, as you can see, it is a passive voice. Passive voice does not have the file, or the whole idea of using a majhul is that the file is not known. Got that?
So, brother, this verbal sentence does not include wa iza, right?
It does.
No. Okay, wow was the ataf.
Yeah, okay.
It is connecting you from the previous verse.
Yeah.
Iza is the part of the sentence, but it is the harf shart. This is the shart, starting the shart,
Oh,
first part of the shart. So,
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, in the English sentence, this will be like if part, but
Yeah,
not
okay.
exactly
What
if,
would
because if in English, in Arabic is in, right?
Yeah.
So, but iza is one of the harf shartiya or
Yeah.
haruf shartiya.
This is when.
This is
Iza
when.
is when.
When it's supposed
Iza
to be
is
when.
Yeah. So iza is
Ism
when.
zarf.
When.
Yeah. So when it
Yeah.
tells you about a space of time, like it's when mean you're talking about some isme zarf, like
Ism zarf
zarf is
zama.
zama or makan,
Makan.
right? So most likely more in towards the zama part and not the makan part.
Okay.
So if this is how you define, your sentences, then this is the shart part. So how do we do the jawab shart? Same way, we say qalu. So qalu is fail plus file, right? Because what is the zamir in this qalu? You already said that. Okay, so they said, what did they say? Is this fail plus file, which is again a verbal sentence up to here? Yes.
Okay.
And can I make that verbal sentence maful? Maful bihi for this fail plus file maful? Okay. Okay. So jumla failure as fail plus file plus maful, and you can also have mutalik. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right, right. Okay, so if we look at this sequence, we know that file, fail, maful, they can come in the form of a longer sentence, and they're like a sentence within a sentence, and then they can become the components of a larger sentence. So we said qalu,
No.
right? So we know qalu is the third person for male, and
Yeah.
it's a plural, right? Now, what is our rule? If the siga, and this siga number 3, you guys see that this is siga number 3,
Yes.
right? Because if we have siga number 4, 1 and 4, the file we have to search in the sentence. Do you remember that rule, or you've forgotten already? When there is a siga number 1 and 4, 1 for the male, 4 for the female, then we have to search for the file in the coming sentence. But when we know that is siga number 3, we don't have to look for the file because the fail is qala or qabala, and the file is Can you see that?
Yes.
Everybody else, brother Altab, brother Afzal?
Yeah, we are following.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
Okay, so qalu is the fail plus the file. So I got 2 parts covered, fail plus file. Now I am looking for maful mutalik fail. Okay, so qalu, then the sentence is anu minu. I'm not going to write the whole ara. Amana subaha. So here anu minu, again it is a fail, then it's mutalik because it's and this sentence here is a verbal sentence again because it is the fail plus file. Right, so this whole word here is maful. Why? Because it's a verbal sentence. So I'm taking this whole sentence, making a maful for this fail plus file plus maful. So what is becomes a verbal sentence over here, this combination. Is that making sense?
And home is file basically, which is hidden.
It's hidden, yes.
Which is hidden in the
It's inside the qalu.
Yeah, because when you have a siga number 3,
Usually one would because of that.
anything other than 1 and 4, you don't have to look for the file. The file is written in the fail itself, because that is why I said this is the third person. Is a person, is a male, and it's a plural. So when it's a plural, there is a zamir of hum in there.
Qala.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So with this, let me tell you one more concept. So when we have fail, and when we have file, and when we have maful. So if we look at the Arab, what is the Arab of the file?
Rafa.
Rafa. And the Arab of the maful?
Nasab.
Nasab. Is everybody clear on that?
Yes.
Okay. So if this is my maful, anu'minu kama amana sufaha, what am I making it? I'm saying this whole sentence is a verbal sentence, but at the end of the day, I'm making it a maful. Yes?
Yes.
Right. So what is the Arab of this whole sentence?
Verbal sentence. Nasab.
You see why I did that?
Yes.
Brother Afzal? Brother
Yeah.
Hilal? Why did I call it nasab here?
Amana.
Maful.
Amana.
No.
Manu.
Look. Don't go by the wording. All I'm saying is this whole long sentence here,
Is
at
nasab.
the end of the analysis, it becomes my maful. Yes? Did you agree to
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Right? So what is the Arab of maful?
Fatah.
Nasab, right?
Yeah.
You don't say fatha, you say nasab.
Nasab.
So if I say, what is the Arab of this whole sentence? What are you going to say? You will say,
Nasab.
nasab. Okay, why? Because it's in the place of nasab. Because what is the maful is supposed to be what?
Nasab.
Nasab. So you can say this whole word is nasab, but you will use the word mahl. What are you going to use the word? Mahl.
Brother Abad, I'm not clear on that, you know.
Okay, let me give you an example. Short example. Okay. We have mubtada. Yes?
Yeah.
And we have khabar. What do we know about mubtada? That mubtada, Arab wise, is supposed to be rafa.
Rafa.
What about khabar?
Should be Rafa as well.
Rafa, right? So if you forget about mubtada and khabar for a second, and let's say this is a place, what is the placeholder for? Rafa. This placeholder is for Rafa. Yeah?
Okay.
And this placeholder is for what?
Rafa.
Rafa. Okay. So if I say Kitabu Jadidun, Kitabun Jadidun, right, is what do you call Kitabun Jadidun? Let's say Ghaliyun. Ghaliyun may be something like, I'm not too sure about Ghaliyun, means expensive. The new book is expensive. Now, where is the place of this? What is this box for? Is it for mubtada?
Yeah.
Right? And is this box for khabar?
Khabar, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was the mubtada and khabar. But if we go in the sense of status, what was this place for?
But after Jadid also can be khabar. Kitabun Jadidun, like there's a new book, so you're giving a news about the kitab. There's a khabar.
Okay.
Why can't Jadid be khabar?
It's
Okay,
murakkab
Valuable is a
tawsifi,
mutallaq
it's
khabar.
becoming
Okay.
as a mubtada.
Forget about that. Okay. All I'm saying, let's say in this box is ABC and in this box EFG. Okay. I'm telling you this is mubtada and this is khabar. Okay. This place Arab wise is a holder for Rafa. Agree? Can you guys understand that part?
Yeah.
So this placeholder for mubtada is status wise is supposed to be Rafa. This is the simple part.
Abid bhai, but this is a nominal sentence, but there we are talking about verbal sentence.
Okay. Doesn't matter where it's verbal or nominal sentence. Try to understand the point.
But file is in
okay.
this case. there is no
Forget
file.
about file. Forget about file. Forget about ism. Everything. All I'm saying is, let's say if I give you a placeholder, and I call it, this is placeholder for Rafa, and this is placeholder for Nasab. Okay. So if I put anything in here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, okay, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I ask you this placeholder or placeholder in Arabic is known as mahal. What is it called? Mahal. Mahal mean a placeholder or a place. So can I say this is mahal Rafa? Can I say that?
Yes.
And can I say this is mahal nasab? That this is the place of nasab and this is the place of Rafa?
Oh,
So you want to say that whatever is there, it should be Rafa, and whatever is there, it should be Nasab.
Yes, but if you have one word, for example, you have kitabun, then it's easy for you to say this is Rafa because it's only one word. But if this was a long sentence, how would you tell me the Arab of this whole long sentence? Think about it.
Mahal, yeah.
Yeah, so I am saying if this was a simple word, then it, okay, this is Rafa because kitabun, you can tell the haraka and you say, okay, this is Rafa. But if there was a long sentence here, if there was a long mubtada here, right, how would you tell me the Arab of that?
So you mean
So
to
you
say
would
the
say-
location of the word is
Yes.
telling.
So now I'm saying that anu'minu kama amana sufaha is equal to maf'ul. Maf'ul is supposed to be nasab. So the Arab of this whole sentence will be mahlan nasab. Is that sinking in or you're still not getting it? Okay, can somebody tell me the Arab of this whole sentence?
It should be Nasab because it's Maf'ul. Yeah.
Yes, so it is nasab because of the relationship with the maf'ul.
Yeah,
So you
brother.
will,
Yeah, I think at least as far as I am concerned, I am probably confused because I'm looking on Arab of every single word.
no,
Not
you can't do that. See, that is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to explain to you.
yeah.
So that is the concept I'm trying to make you understand, that when you have a simple noun or small stuff where you can tell the Arab, then it's a no-brainer. You can say, yeah, this is Rafa. But how would you tell me the Arab of a long sentence? So for that, I'm trying to explain to you that in Arabic language, they use something called a mahal, like a placeholder.
Mhm.
So when you see something in the place of a rafa, whether it's one single word or a long sentence, you will say the Arab of that sentence in reference to the place is mahlan rafa. That is in the place of where a rafa should be.
So Rafa is always the first and the Nasab is always in the end. Is that what we get
No,
into?
no, 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 no.
No.
Okay, so you have to understand the part that if we are looking at Jumla Failiya, then we have fail plus file plus maf'ul, correct?
Yeah.
So we said that what is the Arab of the file? Rafa.
Okay.
Yes. And the Arab of the maf'ul is nasab. Think about it. I'm saying the Arab of the maf'ul is always supposed to be nasab. And that is the rule. That is not something I'm telling you out of my wish. This we have been studying all this time.
Basically, what we are saying, Arab of, the maf'ul is going to be nasab, no matter what.
Not going to be nasab. It is nasab. A maf'ul is always in the status
Maf'ul,
of. Okay. So if I identify in this big sentence that anu'minu kama amana sufaha is my maf'ul, then it's easy for me to say that, oh, the Arab of this whole thing is mahlan nasab because I'm making it my maf'ul.
Okay. No, yeah, that sinks in, yeah.
Okay, so that is the part I'm trying to make you understand. That in the case of kitab, or where did he go? See, in the kitab, you know that kitabun is rafa.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to tell you what anu minu kama amana sufaha.
Correct.
So you say mahlan, it is in the place where a rafa is supposed to be. If it's a file, then it should be rafa. If it's maf'ul, it's supposed to be nasab. If it's jumla fe'liya, then you would apply the jumla fe'liya rules. Mubtada is supposed to be rafa. Khabar is supposed to be rafa, right? Mutalik is jar majrur, right? So this is the thing you need to keep in mind. Okay.
Brother, if you can leave that slide for a moment.
Say it again.
That slide, if you can remove the
This
previous one, where
this
you
one?
yeah, that one, yeah, just one second.
Yeah. Can you read the whole thing, or?
I can. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay. So to be clear about that, let's take a look at the we call this one. Okay. So here, Surah Al-Baqarah, number 13. Okay. So you can see here, wow is the conjunction, which is ataf. Iza is the harfe shart, right? Qila is the verb. Lahum is the jar majroor, right? Aminu is fail plus file. And they're calling it maf'ul mutlaq. They're considering there is a hidden maf'ul here. So if we continue, we can see that at the end of the day, they're making the whole sentence amanu kama amana nasu as a verbal sentence. And they're calling it the naib file for kila. Why? Because kila is a majhul. And the translation is when it is said to them, believe. So believe is fele amr. Kama is as, the simple translation for kama is as, and as the people believed. Okay. Now we also know from our previous lectures that ma is also isme mausula. Do you remember the lecture on isme mausul? So which three words we looked at? Allazina, man, and ma. So if ma isme mausul, what comes after isme mausul? Brother Kabir?
Sila.
Sila.
And sila is frequently or most probably is what? Jumla? Failure.
Failure.
So aman and nasu is jumla failure because it's the fail plus file. Yeah?
Yeah.
So you can see they're calling it sila. So that I did not take that route, but they are taking the route of they're calling it ma as isme mausula. Okay. So here wa iza is al waw atifa and zarf zama. Why is zarf zama? Because it's a time adverb. Iza.
Job.
Is that making sense? Okay. What is kila? Kila is called fail madi mabni lil majhul, meaning this is a fail madi but is majhul. Yeah, third person, masculine, singular, passive perfect verb. And lahum, we know that is jar majroor. Look at the aminu. Amanu or aminu, failul amr, wal waw, zamir muttasil, fi mahli rafa fa'il. You see the word mahal in there?
Yeah.
Okay, why they're calling it rafa? Because in amanu, there is a zamir which is hidden. Which one is it?
Home.
Home. And home is what status is home?
Rafa.
Rafa.
Rafa. So they're saying that the zamir is muttasil, which is detached, right? Because it's the home zamir. And why is it rafa? Because it's in the place of rafa. Mahal rafa. So that was the concept I was trying to.
Brother, is it home is third person or second person?
Third person.
Third person,
Well,
male
it's-
plural.
But over here it says second person. I mean, you believe.
Oh, sorry. If we take the verb which says they believed, then it's the third person. But over here is the second person, because
No,
You
the
believe.
It's
second.
Amar.
Yeah,
Pele
Amar.
Amar is second person. Yes, so second person.
Aminu.
Okay, kama is jar majroor, amana is fi'l madi, and nasu is ism al marfu. It is a ism and it is the status of rafa. Yes.
Yeah.
See, an nasu is rafa. Okay, so here this iza, because of iza, kila lahum aminu kama amana nasu, it becomes a verbal sentence and it becomes the shart part. Now, what did we talk about shart? That shart is always jumla
Pelia.
fi'liya. So is that correct? Is this whole thing as a, look, is a small verbal sentence in here, and then this whole thing is fail
Really.
mutalik plus naib file is the jumla fi'liya. So you have to put brackets after brackets after brackets so that you can see that how this big long sentence is divided into smaller sentences.
Yeah. And all those smaller sentences are verbal sentences as well.
In this case, because of the shart, because we said shart part or the condition part is most of the time, or at least always, it's a jumla fi'liya. Okay, so now look at the second part, which is the next one. This, and they're putting the little bit in the bracket because they're trying to make you believe that this is the continuation of iza. So they put iza like a little bit faded out. So what they said in response to when they said to them that believe as the other people believe, they said qalu. Qalu is a verb and pronoun which is hum. Anu'minu, and what is the anu'minu in what is the zamir hidden in anu'minu?
Nahnu.
Yeah,
Nahnu.
should we believe. So they say should we believe, like they're asking as a question.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Anu'minu is nahnu. Kama amana sufaha. Again, this is alif istihfam, which is the interrogative alif, like a question mark, which is giving the question feeling here that should we believe? They're asking. Anu'minu, should we believe? Kama, as amana sufaha, as the fool believed. And then again, this ma is they're taking as the ism mawsul, and this is the sila. They make it a verbal sentence. The verbal sentence will become a long verbal sentence. It becomes the maful bihi, and it becomes the maful bihi for the fail and the file, and this whole sentence become a verbal sentence, which is the jawab shart. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Brother Altaf?
Yeah. Actually, there are 3 verbal sentences. So
Yes, 1, 2, 3. But
three,
again,
yeah.
doesn't matter how many, as long as they make the sequence correct, the chain is formed. We don't really worry about that. So that is why I was trying to explain that, okay, so if this whole big sentence is maful bihi from qalu, right?
Yeah.
Then how would you tell me the Arab of this sentence? If once you know that it's a maful bihi,
It's mahal nasab.
mahal nasab, jazakallah khair. Right? So now you know that, because obviously it's not a small one line or one word, so it's hard to tell the Arab. So now the whole sentence you will say it is in the place where it's supposed to be a nasab, some word of nasab Arab. So that's we say mahlan is nasab. Is that making sense, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, qalu, third person masculine, plural perfect verb. When we say perfect is what? Fi'l madi. So if you don't understand then you also read the Arabic part so that you can understand. So it says fi'l madi wal waw zamir muttasil fi mahli rafa fa'il. Okay. Al-hamza to istihfam, because whenever there is a hamza and a haraka, we don't call it alif, we call it hamza. Yeah, and this is the hamza of interrogation. So nu'minu is a verb, and there is a verb, and the file is nahnu. Brother Abrar, are you still there? Okay. Kama is again jar majroor. Amana is third person masculine singular from Bab Ifal. It's a fi'l madi. Amana. And as-sufaha'u is again the isme marfu. Okay. Number 3. Allah. The meaning of Allah is beware. And innahum, certainly themselves are the fools. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. So this word is beware. Okay. So annahum is inna.
It's nahum.
So innahum. So inna plus hum. Right?
Is isme inna.
Okay. So this is ismu inna. Ismu inna. So then what is the Arab of this hum?
Nasab.
And can somebody tell me why is nasab, Brother Kabir?
It's because of
Inna.
Remember the last lecture we did? Didn't we talk in detail about what are those inna in the 5 sisters? What are they supposed to do to the mubtada?
Inna.
What do they do to the mubtada?
They impact the mubtada or affect the mubtada.
In what sense?
They change their status.
Status to what? What is the
To
status
nasab.
of mubtada?
Rafa to nasab.
Rafa to nasab. Okay. And then we also call it ismu inna.
Ismu inna.
Or do we call it ismu inna?
Ismu inna.
Okay. So if you look at this small sentence in here, then hum is again mubtada and as-sufaha is khabar. And this become khabar.
Khabar inna.
Khabro.
Ismu khabru inna.
Khabra inna.
So that is how you remember that. And that is why on Thursday I had that lecture by itself so that you guys can understand this whole thing about inna and the sisters. Okay. So this innahum humus sufaha. So there is a ismiya within the big jumla. So walakin la ya'lamun. What did we talk about walakin? What is lakin?
But.
Yes, but it's also, is it?
It's also
Harufe
Mustabab al-fail.
Mustabab al-fail. This is one of the sisters. It was supposed to
sister,
be.
yeah. In khwatu.
Ikhwatu inna.
Right. Now, but what is ya'lamun? Is it a ismiya or is it a failure or is it a fail?
It's a muzare.
Mudari. So it's a fail.
Yeah.
And la is what?
Oh,
حرف نهي.
Nahi nafiya.
Nafiya.
It's nafi, not nahi. Because remember, last time I explained to you what is the difference between nafi and nahi. Nahi is a command. Nafi is the negation. They don't know. La ya'lamun, they don't know.
They don't know.
Now, what did we learn about inna and akhwatu inna? They only come with what? Jumla
Jumla
ismiya. So, but when you are supposed to bring it with the jumla fe'liya, then what do? You get rid of the shadda. So you say walakin. So, but when it becomes the shadda is gone, then it has no effect now.
No effect on the file.
The effect of the inna and the lakinna is gone because you have taken the true form of it. Do you remember that part?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, every time when we are doing this, we are doing a lot of review. Okay. Okay. Can I make a mashwara with you guys? I have a feeling that